Hello. Um, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Rennie. I am getting some messages right now, and at first I wanted to channel in with the angelics and get some messages from them, but I've been, in and out of the depths. I am a shadow worker, and so right now the messages that are wanting to come through are more so from the Fae. I actually don't like directly work with the Fae, but I do feel like I'm aligned with that energy, and so I sometimes do get messages. I get messages from a lot of different energies. But right now, what I'm hearing, and I feel like this resonates not only for me, but I think for a lot of the collective, especially with all of the heavy, dense energies that we're navigating through. But I feel like we need to be reminded, and the Fae is coming in to remind us what freedom is and that we have access to it now. I think that I hear that we keep ourselves imprisoned because of our minds. It's actually a trait that they say the humans have that are not it can be it's the cause of a lot of our suffering, if not literally the reason for our suffering. It's our perception of things. It's how we understand our experience in the world around us, in reality, in consciousness, how we understand it, and this like desire to want to understand everything and have certainty, and in an attempt really to be safe is what's coming up. It's actually imprisoning most of us. They're saying that most of us are not free, but we have unlimited access to freedom, is what I'm hearing. It's unlimited. And we actually are keeping ourselves stuck. And it can feel like that's not the case because, from our perception, we live within systems that other humans and energies are saying have more power than we do. But that's just an illusion, they say. That's an illusion. And like most things that we believe, it's an illusion. Most things that we believe to be truth is an illusion. And the easier, the more we start to understand that, the more we can experience freedom in our day-to-day lives. And also they want us to release expectations of what that looks like, because once again, that's still connecting back to the mind. And when we start to put limitations on things like freedom, which is supposed to be a lot more obviously fluid, then we actually restrict ourselves, which is, contrary. It's the opposite of freedom, right? So they want us to release our expectations and preconceived notions of what that looks like or feels like, and instead practice disconnecting, is kind of what's coming up for me, disconnecting from the mind. But what's really coming up when I hear disconnecting from the mind is being present. Being present. I think that they are encouraging a lot of us to connect in nature, to unplug. Um, I'm saying it this way because they want me to share practical steps that we can take, because as humans, that's like what we can logically understand. They would explain it in a different way, but what I'm feeling is that we wouldn't be open to it. I feel like they're talking through me, but they're talking through me in a way that will make the most sense to humans. And it feels weird because I keep saying humans like I'm not one, but um, so in a practical sense, when you feel a pull to go outside and just sit, it, it's actually it is actually your spirit craving that freedom that it intuitively knows you have access to, because you're expansive, you're the universe expressed. So because you don't remember that, because you have human amnesia, it's helpful for you to go out and sit in nature. And what's also helpful is for when you are outside connecting and sitting in nature, whether this is, just sitting in your yard or underneath the sun or going out for a hike or to the beach or a body of water if you live near one. It's not just about admiring it as separate from yourself. It's also about sitting still enough to recognize that you are part of it as well. When you're sitting there on earth or on the sand or wherever you're sitting, you are connected to all that is, and you're always connected to all that is. So that peace that you might feel in those moments is always accessible to you, and that's freedom. That's part of the freedom that we're talking about. But instead, there's this constant desire to look forward or to look backwards, when really all of it's happening at once. But that's a story for another time. But because you're looking at, what do I need to do tomorrow? What do I need to do the next day? You're not really here. And because you're not really here, you're not really free. And because you're not really free, your soul feels as if it's suffering because you're exhausted. Because you're going through all the scenarios of what will come or what has passed instead of just being here. And you don't really understand, not fully anyway, the value of just being here, of how liberating that is. And once you do start to understand that, things are going to shift for you really fast. So the things that maybe you were worried about from the potential future or the past, you will notice you won't worry as much. Yeah. So that's the message. I think there's more, but I will come back and share more. But yeah, that's the message. I hope it helped.